Rangers' defeat to Hearts has sparked fierce criticism, with former striker Kris leading the charge. Former Rangers man and now pundit pulled no punches as he laid into manager Russel, questioning both his tactics and his handling of key moments in the game. Boyd's scathing remarks have only added to the mounting pressure on the Rangers boss, who now finds himself under intense scrutiny after yet another damaging setback. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Have a watch.
A little hint of a smirk on the face of Boydie. I mean, miserable times. We heard the boos every time we went to Gordon Duncan this afternoon. Just how bad was it this afternoon, Boydie?
Terrible, Simon. Terrible right from the start. One team looked organised defensively and in sync going forward, and that was Hearts. Rangers at home failed to lay a glove on Hearts, and topped off with the Hearts fans singing "You're getting sacked in the morning," and Rangers fans joined in with it. That's how bad it was. I don't see any way back from this for Russel Martin. You can cut new managers some slack if you can see, slight improvement game to game, but it's actually going the other way. It's getting worse for Rangers. No wins in 5, sitting 10th in the league, and it's pretty embarrassing to say the least.
Christopher, how are you, mate? We miss you, but I know you're not happy. But talk to me. No, all jokes aside, I'm going to be serious with you.
No, he's not.
I am going to be serious. Yeah, you said about Russell Martin. It seems like the hierarchy, the fans have not been having him for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they're still stuck with him. Do you think this will be that will be it now? This will be the final straw?
Yeah, I mean, Clinton, when you listen to Rangers fans, the way that they're, they were singing all afternoon, wanting the manager away, they've vented their frustration. It's been like that. A lot of them didn't want Russel Martin in the first place. I think you need to allow, a new manager to come in and at least bed in his ideas. But as I said a minute ago, if there's no sign of improvement, it's not going to happen. And looking at it right now, there's only one thing going to happen. I don't know if the Rangers hierarchy were at the game today, but as I said, once the fans turn, it's virtually impossible to get them back round. They've had enough. A lot of them left their seats early, and no wonder, because if I was paying to watch that, I'd have been away as well.
Boydie, I mean, you'll know this already, but it's equal their worst ever league start. You have to go back to 78-79 for the last time Rangers failed to win their opening 5 league games of a season. Is it just down to Russel Martin that they're this bad? Surely the players have to shoulder some of the responsibility for such a poor start.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that players have to shoulder some responsibility. Simon, they're the ones once they cross the white line that they've got to go in. But as I said, they look devoid of ideas. You've signed Miofsky, who, when you go back to his time at Aberdeen, looked scoring every time that Aberdeen played a game. I think he had probably 2 touches of the ball today. Didn't create anything. You can see, I think there was 6 new signings in the starting lineup. Chopping and changing. Russel Martin doesn't know his strongest 11 right now. There's been a lot of change. I get that, but as I said, if you can see slight improvement, you'd maybe stick by it. But right now, it's a total opposite. Players just look all over the place, and you can only judge. Hearts have made a lot of signings in the summer as well. Derek McInnes came here today, done a job in Rangers, and sometimes, in Scotland, and I know it wasn't before with Derek McInnes, it was overlooked for the Rangers job, but sometimes it's better just to look closer to home, because we've got talented coaches in the Scottish League that can come and do a job, and Derek McInnes definitely done that today.
Boydie, Merce, you're right, mate.
How you doing?
Good, mate. You talk about Rangers and all that. How good are Hearts? Have they got a chance this season? Could they finish above Rangers in second, or even push Celtic?
Well, I think they're 9 points ahead of Rangers now. Started the season really well. There's a lot of optimism about with Tony Bloom taking over, and I know a lot of people scoffed at Tony Bloom when he turned round and said that that he fancies their chances inside a few years. It'd be hard to bet against them right now. Obviously, Celtic have got their own issues, but they've started the season on the pitch reasonably well. Celtic, played 4 games, unbeaten, 3 victories, and that. They go to Kilmarnock tomorrow, and you'd expect them to go there and get a victory as well. A lot of Celtic's problems have been off-field, but on the field they've actually been okay domestically so far. So for Hearts, there is no doubt that in time, Tony Bloom, Derek McInnes will feel as if they can challenge. It's very difficult to say at this moment in time, but right now they're sitting top of the league and they look as if, you know, they're a well-organised team defensively. Halkett, Finlay, defensively strong, and going forward they looked as if they were a unit that could score any time they went forward. And I think when you've got a goal scorer, Mercer, you know how important they are. Lawrence Shankland with a double today, led the line superbly, and again, somebody who was deemed not good enough to come to Ibrox.
Boydie, we're going to have to leave it there. By the way, Clinton's promised to text you later just to cheer you up a little bit. I'm sure it'll work a treat.
My phone's off. My phone's off.
In other news, Russell Martin has gone past the breaking point at Rangers. Rangers crashed to a yet another disappointing 2-0 defeat against Hearts on Saturday, with Ibrox exploding at the end of each half. Despite this, Martin has refused to walk away from Rangers, as the fans make it very clear to Andrew Kavanagh and the 49ers Enterprises that they want change now. Something has to give, and it may be those at the very top finally stepping in and ending this experiment. Martin was never the right man for the Rangers job. Gary Keown has insisted that he is at the point of no return in Govan, and no matter how much everyone wants it to work, he has to be sacked immediately. Writing in the Scottish Mail on Sunday, Keown urged the American ownership team to listen and accept that Martin can no longer be in place. There is no question now, though, that Russell Martin is beyond the point of no return as Rangers head coach, he wrote. Eventually, no matter how much they want this guy's appointment to prove some kind of masterstroke carried out against the grain, the club's executive and the US-based ownership team are going to have to listen. They're going to have to realize and accept that pretty much no one other than them sees any further point in Martin, an unwanted appointment to begin with, to be in the building. He has to be sacked. It could already be too late at Rangers. A win for Celtic on Sunday would see them join Hearts 9 points above the Light Blues, despite only being 4 games into a Scottish Premiership season. That is diabolical. And after Rangers spent more than £20 million on new transfers for Martin, he has simply embarrassed himself in the famous Ibrox dugouts. Rangers paying off Martin could cap off a sorry few months, but sometimes you have to admit your failures to move forward. With the Scottish League Cup quarter-final next up against Hibernian, Rangers cannot risk another early exit in a competition with silverware up for grabs. Time will only tell if Martin stays in charge for that game on Saturday. The walls are closing in. Russell Martin has gone past the breaking point at Rangers. The fans have lost faith, results have collapsed, and even the American ownership group must now face the reality that their chosen man is no longer fit to lead the club forward. Saturday's defeat to Hearts underlined just how far Rangers have fallen under his tenure, with pressure mounting from every corner of Ibrox. Gary Keown's blunt assessment captures the mood perfectly. Martin's position is untenable, and his sacking feels less like a question of if than when. Whether the hierarchy acts before the League Cup clash with Hibernian remains to be seen. But the message from the terraces is deafening. The Rangers' experiment under Russell Martin has failed. If change doesn't come soon, the damage could be irreparable. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.